Welcome back. The big deal, of course, which was announced this morning was in the wealth management space. 360 ONE has acquired UBS India Wealth Business. It's entered into collaboration with UBS AG, and UBS is also investing into 360 ONE. It's taking just under a 5% stake in 360 ONE. Let's talk about this big deal. We, of course, did an industry discussion at 9:30 this morning with a couple of players from the space. Now let's talk very specifically about this deal. Karan Bhagat is with us, founder and managing director and CEO at 360 ONE. And Jin Yee Young is co-head of UBS Global Wealth Management, of course, Asia Pacific country at UBS Singapore. Thank you very much, Karan and Jin, for joining us here. And congratulations from all of us here at CNBC-TV18 on this big deal in the wealth management space. It's booming by all accounts. And Karan, you've been an integral part of it, widely acknowledged as having built this sort of institution with your team. So first of all, congratulations. Tell us a little bit about this deal, Karan, if you will. What does UBS India Wealth bring to 360 ONE?
Thanks a lot. Yeah. So thanks a lot. I think thanks for all the kind words, and it's lovely to be sitting here with JY. I think we've been having a lovely partnership discussion for the last 1 odd year, and has led to this unique collaboration. I think most importantly, what it gets to us is widening the platform for the client, and that's really what I think comes core to the culture of both UBS and 360 ONE, is to serve the clients in the best possible way. And I think given UBS's entire global reach across the globe, it allows us to be able to ensure that as our clients become globally more mobile and also diversify their asset classes, I think we have the ability to offer them the best platform which is out there. And secondly, most importantly, I think, again, UBS from a business perspective has kind of built very, very strong alignment on the wealth management space in terms of culture on how to manage the client's portfolio in a diversified, risk-adjusted asset allocation approach. I think we have a lot to learn from them on what's happened globally, and that's something which both our employees as well as us will be able to take to our clients better. And thirdly, I think as a deep sign of collaboration, I think both UBS's investment into the equity warrants in the business, as well as our partnership in terms of, or our collaboration in terms of looking at the Credit Suisse and UBS business folding into our business, should add a lot of value to both our clients.
Karan, just the basics, you're buying the wealth management business of UBS, the UBS India Wealth Management business, but you're also buying the broking and other sort of businesses as well? That is also part of this broader deal?
No, it's the brokerage business, which is a subset of the wealth management business, not the institutional equities and the investment banking business. So the wealth management business basically includes a broking license, includes the portfolio management business, the distribution business, as well as the loan business associated with the wealth management business.
Okay. My question, because you recently acquired BNK, so that kind of sort of piqued my interest in terms of whether if you're going in for, but of course it's not the institutional business, it's the broking business of the wealth, the broking side of the wealth business, which comes with it, I'm assuming, which kind of brokes for the wealth business in that sense.
That's right.
And Jin, if I can come to you, congratulations. You're investing 4.95% in 360 ONE. What's the logic you see here, and what motivated you? Selling the wealth business to 360 ONE and then picking up just under 5% stake in the business.
So if I may just, just share with you the logic behind this transaction is that, first of all, we want to bring this word global to the next level. So this transaction basically combines the global and regional reach capabilities of UBS, combining it with the reach and the capabilities of the local 360 ONE India franchise. And this really, we believe that we are best placed to actually serve our global Indian clients, both domestically and also globally. Now, the transaction, okay, it is quite complex. It's actually comprised of 3 pillars. The first pillar is really the collaboration, the strategic collaboration, which is exclusive between agreement between UBS and 361. That anything to do with domestic, business is actually handled or managed, in the good hands of 361, whereas anything global will be handled and managed by UBS. So in that way, we are able to actually collaborate really well. We entered into really good collaboration mode, and we are setting up a joint committee to actually make sure that we identify, explore, and also monitor and review the future potentials that we have. So that's really the focus of the whole collaboration is really on the collaboration, the strategic collaboration agreement. Now, the second part of the transaction is really the business transfer. So that comprises of us transferring our UBS wealth management in India to 361 to really allow our clients to benefit from the expanded wealth management capabilities onshore, right? And at the same time, for the clients who actually booked out of Singapore, 361, to actually be able to benefit and manage and serve by UBS. Of course, these are all subject to regulatory approvals.
Sure.
And the third pillar really is the warrant, right? Well, we all know that the wealth management, scene in India is really, growing at an exponential rate. And simply put, right, we really want to have a piece of the pie too. As you can see, these 3 components add together. We are really intertwining together our capabilities and making sure that we are able to serve our clients, global Indian client wealth management, in the most holistic way.
So at the margin, if one is analyzing the wealth business, right, incrementally, one can make out the case that UBS is getting out of the country from its wealth business, but it's really not. You're selling to 361. So how should we read it? I mean, is it part of a global kind of realignment of portfolios across markets, Jin, at UBS?
No, so what I just described today, just now, is really from a wealth management perspective. Really, is we are 2 companies. Put it this way: we are 2 organizations coming together to serve the global Indians, including domestic Indian clients, and also global
I get
Indian
that.
clients in the most holistic way, and capitalizing what we are do best, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we are entering. We are actually taking up the warrants, a stake, is really because we want to make sure that we have, a piece of the pie, going forward as well. So it's definitely not like we are selling off. We are actually reinvesting into 361 to ensure that we actually have the holistic view. And of course, we are expanding our
for this 4.95% stake,
into
Jin,
asset management.
Yeah. For this 4.95% stake, what are you paying in terms of valuation? So, 361 is paying about 1.2% of the AUM for as far as when they're buying the UBS India wealth business. What are you paying for this 5%?
So I think that is, we will not divulge details of the transaction, but basically, we look at the transaction in a holistic way, and in terms of valuation, we both agree that that is the best valuation for both businesses, and that's how we invest into the business.
Karan, you want to tell us, talk a little bit about the valuation in terms of the incoming transaction into 361?
No, I can top it. Obviously, yeah. So we obviously from a valuation perspective, we're a listed entity, and we've essentially taken the pricing of the last 5 days of the volume weighted average price for 361 Wealth. In terms of the UBS business itself, as JY pointed out, it's a good commercial assessment of the value of the business, given the current assets under management, and most importantly, once it gets integrated into our platform, what it can represent over the next 3 to 5 years. Obviously, the business has been built over the last 5 to 7 years. It has a great team, great set of relationship managers, and a very, very unique client base of its own. And I think together with our synergies as well as the global synergies, I think both represent a very, very good collaboration, which can lead to a significantly enhanced valuation.
So this, so the 26,000 crores in assets, I mean, that kind of sort of, it adds on to your asset base, Karan?
Absolutely. It adds on to our asset base, yes.
And in terms of margins that you make and that 26,000 crores makes, I mean, could you give us some sense? How does it compare?
So honestly, I think the UBS India wealth business being kind of private and segmented out, the numbers are not disclosed publicly. But having said that, I think it's fair to say that as a wealth management business, it's more or less representative of a mixed margin between 30 to 60, 30 to 70 basis points. I think typically businesses which are fully kind of pregnant and have the ability to use the entire platform today are anywhere from 50 to 70 basis points in terms of retentions. And other businesses which are in the process of being scaled up and have kind of reached a certain scale, both from an AUM and a number of bankers' perspective, typically are at the 30-35 basis points. So the entire business is in that zip code of 30-35 basis points and moving up to that 55-60 basis points. And I think within our platform, it would kind of fold in back into the similar cost-to-income ratios, which we've been able to build out for the larger business over the last 10 odd years.
Do you expect any sort of client drop-offs, etc.? At all? Or you think you'd be able to retain all these relationships?
Yeah, it's too early to say, but I don't really see. I think it's as JY was talking about it. I think from our side, obviously, we worked really hard to get the synergies right. The combined platform is even a stronger proposition than both the individual platforms were already for the client. Secondly, I think from a culture perspective, as I said earlier, both businesses have traditionally focused very narrowly and very successfully at wealth management, asset management, as well as equities and banking. So I think both from a culture perspective as well as a focus perspective, very close to each other, both in terms of style of doing business also. And then, kind of complement it with the same set of people. Don't see a real reason why clients won't stay on. And honestly, I think being in this business for the last 2 decades, both me and JY honestly feel that for the clients, the most important thing is continuity, as well as the most important thing is a stable and a strong platform. And really, I think this collaboration in more ways than one is about getting these things together. And I think if we can get these things together, there's no reason to believe we'll end up losing clients.
If I may add on this point as well, is that we are very excited about the future of this collaboration. And that was the reason why I mentioned the 3 pillars. The first pillar being the collaboration agreement that is actually the most important, right? Just imagine our global reach of, just talk about NRI clients that is globally within our UBS Wealth Management. They all would like to be served onshore. And we will be able to refer such businesses to 360 ONE. And we have a collaboration to actually see how we can make that happen. And likewise, for all resident Indians in 360 ONE, we'll be able to access the global facilities and capabilities of UBS as well. That is the powerful part, the most powerful part of our collaboration. And we believe with this, we're able to take the business to the next level jointly.
Absolutely.
Jin, hi, this is Rima here. So if you want to take this collaboration to the next level, would you at some point look at increasing your stake further from the current 4.95%?
Yes, good question. We get that quite a bit, actually. So, like I said, we actually set up a committee, a joint committee that will be, led by both sides of the leadership. We will explore. This is just a really first initial step that we're taking to this collaboration. We intend to take this to the next level. And of course, we're exploring all avenues to do that. And that includes, other options going forward as well. So it all depends on our synergies that we come up with going forward. But definitely, we are keeping that open for now.
What are the other avenues that the committee will be jointly exploring?
Yes, for example, as I mentioned, this is really focusing on wealth management business as well, but not forgetting in UBS, we actually have asset management as well, investment banking as well. And we all know that a lot of corporates in India really want to take their business not just in India but also globally as well. There we can come in to really help. UBS can really help our clients, from an investment banking perspective to bring them to the world as well. So and that's really from an investment banking perspective, and of course on asset management, right? We really want to think about asset management solutions that our global clients will need. Perhaps we can also see how we can collaborate with 361 to come up with solutions that is able to help them assess the Indian market as well, and as vice versa, Indian clients in India would like to have global reach as well. Definitely UBS can help in terms of producing solutions from there.
Right. Karan, this is Vivek joining in as well. Karan, what has been the kind of response, what has been the kind of interest that you've seen from your own clients as far as investing into markets outside India is concerned? So far, there have been quite a lot of regulatory restrictions there, right? So does this open up new avenues, and what has been the response you've received so far?
So I think there's a lot of interest, but obviously all the new avenues remain restricted with what is available regulatorily. I think honestly there are three real options from an investment perspective. First is obviously the automatic rupee mutual fund feeders, where the limits has been capped now for the last 2.5, 3 years. And the LRS limits of $250,000 per financial year per individual. That's been quite, kind of utilized quite productively by most of our clients for the last, I would say, 4 to 5 years. In the first 3 to 4 years, most of this money really went to buying a house or for education. But over the last 3-4 years, clients have used it very effectively to build out financial portfolios outside. And recently, I think GIFT City have obviously seen a little bit of more relaxation in terms of being able to invest outside. And we've seen roundabout, maybe not only through us, but through all GIFT City providers put together, around about $150-200 million, which has kind of gone out for financial investments. So while the current quantum of amounts remain relatively small on the LRS and the GIFT City side, I think from a regulatory landscape perspective, it's quite clear. I think the regulator has done a phenomenal job in being able to kind of think through some of these aspects very carefully. And I think as time goes by, I think our own ability to kind of offer this to resident Indians within the regulatory ambit would be higher and higher.
Got that. Karan, by the way, to that question of whether UBS will buy more, will we see, what's your sense? Will we see substantially larger holding, year, 2 years, 3 years down the line?
Honestly, it's a really tough question to answer. As I said earlier, I think, Prashant, I think for me, honestly, like JY put out the three pillars. For me also, it's
But what is your sense? You think it's possible?
First,
it
as I
would
said
make
earlier,
sense?
It's all in the execution, right? I think we've got the platform right. We need to enhance the platform for our clients. We need to be two firms which are aligned on culture. And third, obviously the rest of it, which is the business case, needs to kind of play out. But I think all these three things need to play out eventually to figure out whether that number is more or not. All I can say is, given the fact that both the firms have been sharply in this business, and we spent the last year, I think that's a good starting point. I think all three things have come out well. The collaboration agreements come out really well. I think our own assessment of each other's strengths has come out well. The client case and the client case for enhancing the platform is solid, and the 4.95% is a great start. So I think that's the way I would look at it. And then we have to see how these things play out. I think beyond a point, there's really no large merit in terms of taking a guess there. But I think these three things coming together is really what is exciting me.
But there is no written roadmap or internal agreement, right? I mean, you're down. There's no like some call option kind of.
No, there is no. There is no written roadmap.
It is
nothing
open, and both of you will sit
nothing
down
at all.
and decide
As JY said, it's
progress.
absolutely
Got
open.
Based on execution.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thanks very much, Karan
yes.
and Jin Yee Young for joining us. Good conversation. We wish you all the best of luck as you guys sort of work together in this new partnership, in this new avatar, so to speak. I think that's the news from the wealth management sort of industry. Stocks, I think, up about 1.25%, but it's done well over the over the last couple of days or so. Market's looking up, guys. 90 points, 24,200 plus.
Indeed. So what we'll do is get into a break. On the other side, we'll come back and discuss market technicals. We'll get you a few trading ideas with Mitesh.